Hey guys, Jamie here from Start Riot. Welcome back to Thank Punk. It's Friday! At the Drive-In have finally announced that they will be releasing a new album called Interalia out on May the 5th. It's a long overdue announcement and a long overdue album. It's the first album since 2000's Relationship of Command. Of course, that has At the Drive-In's biggest hit, One Arm Scissor on. The band initially reformed in 2012, but after a lukewarm performances and lukewarm reception from people who saw them then, expectations were dampened a little bit. The first track that came off this album, Governed by Contagions, wasn't really up to the standard that people have expected from At the Drive-In. This new song though, Incurably Innocent, is really reminiscent of early At the Drive-In, especially that Relationship of Command album. The band are already booked to play Leeds and Reading and a smattering of US dates this summer. Maybe we'll see more dates from them in the UK, we can but hope. The Winter Passing have dropped a new song, Significance. That's off an upcoming EP called Double Exposure, which will be out on 6131 Records in the US and Big Scary Monsters here in the UK. This is a great signing for Big Scary Monsters. The Winter Passing's debut album, A Different Space of Mind, was a really great album. That came out on Fist in the Air Records here in the UK, but they have since ceased to exist, so it's a really good signing for Big Scary Monsters to pick them up. The Winter Passing have toured over here in the UK with Mooseblood and a headline tour, and they've also toured the US playing Fest over there. They've already got a bit of a fan base to go on, so hopefully they can really do big things with this new EP and hopefully more in the future, and we'll be seeing more of them on Thank Punk It's Friday. Decade's second album, Pleasantries, is out today on Rude Records. This comes after 2013's Good Luck. The band were on a really upward trajectory, kind of similar to what Boston Manor are on now. Kind of the big UK pop punk band on the rise. They kind of slipped out of focus after a few years away, but they are back with a really good second album. This is probably for more fans of pop rock than pop punk, kind of your Kids in Glass Houses, Yumi at 6, maybe a bit of Motion City soundtrack in there as well. Definitely have a listen to this album if it sounds like your kind of thing. Can't Swim have released a new song called Quitting off their upcoming debut album Fail You Again, which will be out on March the 10th on Pure Noise Records. It's another great song off this album. I'll speak more about it when the album comes out. I have heard it. It is fantastic. Definite album of the year potential. If you're a fan of the EPs, it's not exactly the same, but you'll definitely be a fan of what is on this album. Like I said, that is out in 3 weeks. Definitely get hyped. It's a really good week if you are into lady punk. First of all, Slingshot Dakota released a new song called Grudge. That is off a new 7-inch called Broken, which will be out on Top Shelf Records in the US and Specialist Subject Records here in the UK. That is to promote their upcoming UK tour in May. Petal will be supporting them on that run. An absolutely fantastic tour. Petal's debut album Shame came out on Run for Cover in 2015. It's a really good album. Petal was last seen over here in the UK wowing audience opening for Beach Slang on their tour last year. Also, Cayetana have released a new song called Mesa. It is the first single off their second album New Kind of Normal, which is due out May the 5th on Plum Records. And Diet Sig have released a video for their song Tummy Ache. I loved this song when it came out a few weeks ago and I still love it now. That'll be off their debut album coming out on April the 7th on French Kiss Records. Some more new releases. Broadbay's new EP Long Term Plan is out today. That follows on from Plasticine Dream, which featured the song Part of Me, which came out last year. That is out on Hanger Records today. Vukovi released a new song called Weirdo. That's off their upcoming self-titled album, which will be out on the 10th of March in a few weeks on Lab Records. Weatherstate released a new song called Sympathy. Their EP Dumbstruck is being re-released on vinyl by Failure by Design Records, but this is a brand new song. And Matthew Lee Cothran, aka Elvis de Presley, aka Coma Cinema, has a new album out today. It's called Judas Hung Himself in America. If you're a fan of his other work, you will definitely be a fan of this as well. And Southeast Fest is happening in London this weekend. Loads of great bands playing this. Doe, Apologies I Have None, Great Cynics, loads more. If you're in the London, Southeast London area, definitely check this out. That's all for this week, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe to the channel for more every week. But for now, Thank Punk It's Friday!